You call yourself lazy because you can't do the things you used to do. The messages stay unanswered. The goals sit untouched. Simple tasks feel heavy. And every night you promise yourself tomorrow will be different. But tomorrow comes, and somehow your body feels older than your age. So you blame yourself. You think you need more discipline, more motivation, more willpower. But what if the real problem isn't laziness? What if you've been emotionally exhausted for so long that your mind quietly shut down to protect you? And the scary part is, most people don't even realize it's happening. Because emotional exhaustion doesn't always look like crying in bed. Sometimes it looks like scrolling for hours, avoiding people you love, starting 10 things and finishing none, feeling guilty while resting, being tired, even after sleeping. You wake up exhausted because your brain never truly rested, not from work, from survival. Maybe nobody noticed how hard life became for you. Maybe you became the strong one too early, the listener, the helper, the emotionally available person for everyone else. So you learned to suppress everything. You swallowed stress because there was no time to process it. You ignored your feelings because other people needed you more. You kept functioning because stopping felt dangerous. And eventually, your mind started protecting itself the only way it knew how, by shutting off your energy. Think about this carefully. A phone with too many apps running in the background drains its battery faster, even if you're not actively using it. Humans work the same way. Unprocessed emotions run silently in the background of your mind. Old disappointments, pressure, fear of failure, fear of rejection, constant self-criticism. And over time, your nervous system becomes overloaded. Studies have shown that chronic emotional stress affects motivation, focus, memory, and even physical energy levels. Stress hormones like cortisol stay elevated too long, making the brain prioritize survival over ambition. That means your brain stops asking, "How do we grow?" and starts asking, "How do we survive today?" That's why even small tasks feel overwhelming. Not because you're weak, because your system is tired. And here's the part most people never talk about. Emotionally exhausted people often look lazy from the outside, because exhaustion without visible wounds is misunderstood. People see missed deadlines, not the silent anxiety behind them. They see isolation, not emotional burnout. They see inconsistency, not a nervous system begging for rest. So eventually, you start misunderstanding yourself too. You begin saying things like, "I'm just not disciplined. I ruin everything. Other people can handle life better than me." But that voice in your head was not born with you. It was built, usually by years of pressure, criticism, emotional neglect, or constantly feeling like your worth depended on performance. Some people grew up in homes where resting made them feel guilty. Some learned that mistakes led to humiliation. Some became adults who smile normally while carrying permanent emotional tension in their bodies. And the dangerous thing about emotional exhaustion is this: it slowly disconnects you from yourself. You stop knowing what you actually feel. You stop trusting your own needs. You stop feeling excited about things you once loved. Not because your passion disappeared, because your emotional bandwidth disappeared. Pause for a second. Think about the last time you felt truly calm, not distracted, not entertained, not temporarily numb, actually calm. For many people, it's hard to remember, because modern life rewards constant stimulation while punishing emotional honesty. You're expected to keep producing, keep replying, keep performing, even while internally falling apart. And eventually your body protests, not loudly at first, quietly, through procrastination, brain fog, emotional numbness, sudden irritability, lack of motivation. Your body whispers before it screams. But most people ignore the whispers because they think rest must be earned. So they push harder and harder until one day they wake up feeling disconnected from life itself. Here's the twist nobody expects. Sometimes procrastination is not avoidance of work. It's avoidance of emotion. That project you keep delaying, Maybe it carries fear of failure. That text you avoid answering. Maybe you're emotionally drained from always being available. That dream you stopped chasing. Maybe your nervous system associates ambition with pressure and pain now. The problem was never simply productivity. It was emotional overload. And this changes everything. Because you cannot hate yourself into healing. You cannot shame an exhausted mind into becoming energized. That only deepens the cycle. Real recovery starts when you stop asking, "What's wrong with me?" and start asking,